Hi there, and welcome to Postdoc Chronicles week number 12. So, I just got back in Johannesburg from my Europe trip. Actually, I got back last Tuesday morning. I was so tired from the trip that I had to, tell my supervisor that I'll just go there the next day. I rested the whole day. Okay, but anyway, let me tell you about the Italian trip that I had, the MCNet School. So basically, this school is again about the Monte Carlo generators, and most people there are experimentalists. So basically, this school it's broken into two parts. So during the day, there are like a series of lectures by the experts in the field of generation of events and simulating them, and then if in the afternoon we have some tutorials. Okay, and I really met a lot of physicists that are really have been doing the field since they were like undergrads or in their MS and in their PhD, and it gave me a gauge of how much I still don't know about the topic. So for example, like I know this guy from like Albany. So his name is like Albi, and he's like part of the Compass collaboration, and he has like currently under his belt he has like 10 publications already, and all of them are like in particle physics. So very good. And I had this partner, in the tutorial. We did the math graph. His name is like Armando, and again, he's also a very good experimentalist. So most of these guys in this school are trained as experimentalists, and they're really very good when doing numerical ones. Okay, but yeah, I had fun with the school, and I learned something at least in with what I did, which was math graph. And one of the days we were also asked to we had an excursion like in the middle of the week on a Wednesday in the afternoon. So we went to like the city of Florence, the area around the river. I believe it's called the Arno River. And yeah, we walked around the places. Yeah, it was a good place, but I really personally, I don't like prefer places with a lot of tourists. It's a bit noisy, it's a bit smelly and dirty. But yeah, it was nice because I was looking forward to the what do you call this? The Galileo Museum. Majority of the people in the school, we were asked to choose between the Uffizi Gallery and the Science Museum. So most people chose the Science Museum, because it is more famous, it is more expensive. But of course, when they talked to me, most people, even the ones going to the Galileo Museum, they did not know about Galileo's middle finger. So they're like, oh, you should have chosen Uffizi because the famous worldwide. It has art and so on. And I'm like, yeah, but does it have Galileo's middle finger? They're like, oh, what? Where's that? It's in the Galileo Museum. So even there are people going to the Galileo Museum, they didn't know that the finger was there, right? So yeah, the museum, the Galileo Museum, it's not all about the Galilean stuff. It houses old scientific instruments that people use, in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, when they when they did their science. And in fact, there's like a floor dedicated to Galileo, which contained, the lenses of his telescopes that he used to study Jupiter, and then all his, mechanics instruments, the inclined plane that he made with the bells that he placed at certain intervals to show that the rate at which a ball rolls down the inclined plane is the rate at which the velocity change is it's a constant. Okay, and he also has like the brachistochrone problem, showing the fastest way when you drop a ball, what's the fastest path that it can take, so that it will go from the point above and then somewhere at a point below. Okay, and in fact, and of course, that place, it houses Galileo's middle finger. All right, not just the middle finger, it also has his other finger, his thumb, and then it has his tooth as well. Okay, and yeah, it was really very magical, seeing his, like, I felt like that's like the closest that I could get, to Galileo. And in fact, I spent a lot of time there, taking pictures, taking a video of his the surroundings, and the pillar containing his finger, and the surrounding area. And then, in fact, the thing is, I spent a lot of time there. In the later parts of the museum, I I lost time because they were already closing, and I had to hurry up in the upper floors. But it was all worth it, man. So after that, I went out. I had this colleague from Russia, a comrade, of course, and I won't forget him because his name is Semen, Semen, and maybe that's like a normal thing to call someone in Russia, but yeah, it's like that's a weird name to name someone. But he's a very good physicist. He's part of the Atlas collaboration, and we went together. We because he loved looking at chapels and the open squares. So we toured around together, and yeah, while walking around, I really, the only thing that was going through my mind was the game Assassin's Creed 2. Like I played and finished Assassin's Creed 2 as Ezio Auditore da Firenze, and of course, if you're not familiar with that game is basically set in the old Florence, right? So we went around this chapel, and I saw this like very huge cathedral or church. I think it's called the Santa Maria del Fiore or something like that. And I was like, man, this church right here. I told the Seaman, this church right here, I was able to climb that in Assassin's Creed 2. So in fact, in the streets, like the moment you enter Florence, there are guys there selling Assassin's Creed 2 T-shirts, in the streets of Florence. I would have bought one, but it's way expensive. It's like 90 euros. Like, come on, man. Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, that's what happened. And so after that, yeah, the school continued. And by the way, in that school, I was also near the school outside. Like I've mentioned in the previous Chronicles, there's like a video game store that sells retro games and so on. Octopath Traveler was like selling out everywhere. So I got myself a copy, a souvenir. So wait a minute. This one right here. Okay, so I asked the guys there to pre-order the game, and yeah, so this is one of my souvenirs in Italy. Is the Octopath Traveler, the latest RPG from Square Enix. So if you can see, it's like Italians at the back. So no, I wanted it that way because so that I have a remembrance from Italy. But of course, I can play the game in English, and it has like Japanese dub and so on. But it is very cool. And so after the school, this is where the trip went downhill. I was very excited, man, to watch the Iron Maiden concert. So, like, for the past months, the moment I bought the Iron Maiden ticket, I've been listening to nothing but Iron Maiden. I was looking forward to that concert because, like, Iron Maiden is my favorite band and so on. So, I was already in the Pisa airport, and then, like, minutes before the flight, my baggage is already checked in. There was already a gate. People were already waiting there. The flight was canceled, man. It's like Ryanair. So the flight was canceled, and like I had to be at Krakow at a certain time because I'm like an early entrance. I need to catch the concert. So what happened was, I attempted to look for another ticket just so I could catch the concert. So it's like the next ticket that I found, okay, is in fact, so I'm like, I told Rainier, okay, just I'm gonna look for another way to go there, just refund me and the compensation and all. I found another ticket, and this one is even very, very close because like the gates open like 5:30. I arrive at Krakow it's like 4:30, but I'm like, what the hell? I'm just gonna be hurry up, and be fast and everything. But the thing is, while I was waiting for this second flight, right? This time it is Lufthansa, so it's gonna go Pisa, Munich, Krakow. Again, just minutes. So we were already like lining up in the check-in. So not minutes, like I think around 1 hour plus. But they announced that it was canceled again. And again, this time, that's the time I felt like, man, there's really no way that I could, catch the Iron Maiden because, yeah, it was canceled like at noon, and then the Iron Maiden concert was gonna be at like 5:30. So there was no way I'm gonna be able to catch it. So it was really sad, and they most people they were just going to Poland for like some other thing. So they were given a later flight. I'm like, no, I don't give me a later flight. I won't be doing anything there anymore because I'm going to miss a concert. So if I'm gonna miss it in the first place, what will I do there, right? So what they did is they gave me like 2 nights stay at a hotel because I have a return flight from Poland going back to Geneva. So they gave me an overnight hotel. They gave me a new ticket. But the funny thing is, another problem came up because suddenly, like on a Sunday morning, I received a text message from Lufthansa saying that, hey, you have a flight. The check-in time is like 11 a.m. I woke up 9, and there's like check-in time is 11 a.m. and then it's now Pisa to Poland. I'm like, what? Why the hell would you change it to? I told you I'm now going to Geneva instead of Poland. I'm not doing anything anymore in Poland. And then the guys in the airport told me that no, maybe they can't issue you a new ticket. It has to be like the same destination. So I'm like, man, I'm not getting that. So they advised me to, if you really want to catch my flight in Geneva going back to South Africa, they told me, take another way going there and just ask Lufthansa to refund you later on. So now what I did is, in the end, I got a ticket from Pisa going back to Geneva just so I can catch my flight from Geneva going back to South Africa. Okay, so that's what happened, and it's really very sad and that I missed Iron Maiden, but still, Steve Harris said that they're still gonna release some albums, so I don't know. Maybe in the future, I'm gonna catch them. But yeah, it was a very sad trip. But still, I learned a lot in the school and when going to CERN and seeing Galileo's middle finger. But it would have been the best, if I caught the Iron Maiden. But yeah, still, you can't have everything, right? So again, thank you for watching this 12 Postdoc Chronicles, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.